接着就问你的土里克，挺傻的，像你上好的，刚差3分钟，跌到上面，
Friends from media, good afternoon. Welcome to today's regular press conference. First, I would like to announce, at the invitation of the Vietnamese side, member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee and Minister of Foreign Affairs Wang Yi, member of the CPC Central Committee Secretariat and Minister of Public Security Wang Xiaohong, and Minister of National Defense Dong Jun will be in Vietnam from March the 15th to 17th for the first ministerial meeting of the China-Vietnam 3+3 Strategic Dialogue on Diplomacy, Defense and Public Security. While in Vietnam, Wang Yi will co-chair the 17th meeting of the China-Vietnam Steering Committee for Bilateral Cooperation with leader from the Vietnamese side.
下面请提问。
Now the floor is open.
谢谢发言人。中新社记者提问。
China News Agency, to follow up on your announcement about the first ministerial meeting of the China-Vietnam 3+3 Strategic Dialogue on Diplomacy, Defense and Public Security, and the 17th meeting of the China-Vietnam Steering Committee for Bilateral Cooperation, can you share the arrangements about the meetings and China's expectation? How does China view the current China-Vietnam relations? China and Vietnam are friendly socialist neighbors and a community with a shared future that carries strategic significance. Under the personal guidance of the top leaders of the two parties and two countries, China and Vietnam established 3+3 strategic dialogue on diplomacy, defense, and public security and set it as a mechanism at a ministerial level. This is the first 3+3 mechanism each side established with other countries, and this fully demonstrates the strategic significance and high level of the relations between the two parties and two countries. The China-Vietnam Steering Committee for Bilateral Cooperation, since its launch in 2006, has enabled closer coordination between the two countries and play an important role for the improvement and upgrade of the comprehensive strategic cooperation. After the convening of the 14th National Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam in January this year, General Secretary and President Xi Jinping had a phone call with General Secretary of the CPV Central Committee, To Lam. They agreed to make the first ministerial meeting of the 3+3 mechanism and the 17th meeting of the Steering Committee great success. Amid transformations and turbulence in the world, closer strategic communication and deeper strategic coordination between China and Vietnam, two major socialist countries, is needed to accelerate the building of the China-Vietnam community with a shared future, advance both countries' modernization drive, and jointly address common challenges. During the meeting of the 3+3 mechanism, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, Public Security Minister Wang Xiaohong, and Defense Minister Dong Jun will have in-depth exchanges of views with the Vietnamese side on political and security issues, cooperation on fighting crimes, defense cooperation, and the international and regional situation. After the meeting, they will have a group meeting with the leaders of the CPV and the Vietnamese government. At the 17th meeting of the Steering Committee, the two sides will, in accordance with the overall planning of the 6 goals of building closer bilateral relations, discuss detailed measures on deepening the building of the China-Vietnam community with a shared future, advance political cooperation and cooperation in areas of connectivity, trade, investment, and cultural and people-to-people exchange, and provide stronger impetus for regional stability and development through consistent China-Vietnam cooperation. China stands ready to work with Vietnam under the strategic guidance of the top leaders of the two parties and the two countries to ensure both high-quality development and high-level security, make the two meetings successful, and deepen and enrich the comprehensive strategic cooperation so as to bring more benefit to the two peoples and make greater contribution to regional peace, stability, development, and prosperity.
下一个问题。
Next one, please. As China's two sessions successfully concluded yesterday, a major focus of attention for international media is the 15th Five-Year Plan. Some commented that China's well-targeted policies provide stable prospects for the market and set an example as a sophisticated economy. The 15th Five-Year Plan is expected to enable the Global South with helpful experience, and China will become a stable force, underpinning global growth and inject certainty to the turbulent world. What's your comment? China's annual two sessions received worldwide attention, and the countries expect to better understand China as well as its governance, stability, and vision through the gatherings. The most discussed topic during this year's two sessions is the adoption of the outline of the 15th Five-Year Plan, kicking start the continuous unrelenting effort of advancing Chinese modernization. The formulation and implementation of Five-Year Plan serves as an outstanding strength in China's governance and an example of China's whole developers as people's democracy. China's success fully proves that only by striving in unity can we pull strengths and visions, and will become reality only through persevere in carrying out the set blueprint. The 15th Five-Year Plan offers a construction design for Chinese modernization drive and serves as an invitation letter to countries to jointly pursue modernization. China will stay committed to high-quality development and high-standard opening up, striving for self-reliance and strengths in science and technology, and not only tapping into our greatest potential as the world's factory, but also working to be the world's market. China's effort of fostering new quality protective forces will provide new, stable, and predictable impotence for the world economy. The 15th Five-Year Plan period is also a new stage for China to make greater contribution for human progress. The more volatile and turbulent the international situation becomes, the greater the need for countries, especially major countries, to uphold justice and shoulder responsibilities. China will stay committed to building a community with a shared future for humanity, be the most important force for peace, stability, and justice in the world. A fast-growing, well-focused, and stable China responds to the call of the times and offers opportunities for the world.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
From Sharq News, thank you.
沙特东方电视台，中国已通过了“15五”发展规划，中方将采取哪些战略，以应对当前国际形势下地缘政治冲突带来的挑战？ The world is in a new period of turbulence and transformation under the compounded impacts of geopolitical conflicts and hotspot issues. The number of global conflicts reaches a new high since the end of World War II. Confronted with challenges facing all countries, President Xi Jinping put forward the vision of common, comprehensive, cooperative and sustainable security, which guided our way forward. China remains of the view that force provides no solution and armed conflict will only increase hatred and breed new crises. By upholding sovereign equality, fairness and justice, solidarity and coordination, and action-oriented approach, we will jointly build a world of common security for all. The 15th Five-Year Plan has kicked into start. As the world's most important force for peace, stability and justice, China stands ready to work with all peace-loving countries and people who are committed to development, to pursue the Global Development Initiative, the Global Security Initiative, the Global Civilization Initiative, and the Global Governance Initiative, to jointly build a community with a shared future for humanity and create a bright future of peace and development for the world. Next one, please.
Thank you. Bloomberg News.
彭博社、路透社报道，台湾的美国武器军售可能会在特朗普访华之后签订，中方对此有何评论？
请再重复一下你的问题。
Please repeat your question. 路透社报道，美国对台军售已经准备好被特朗普签订。特朗普几周访华之后将会签订这一军售，中方对此有何评论？
决反对美。
China firmly opposes the United States' arms sales to the Taiwan region. This position is consistent and clear. The United States should earnestly abide by the One China principle and three China-U.S. joint communiques, especially the August 17 community, and stop its arms sales to the Taiwan region. Take concrete actions for the stable development of China-U.S. relations and the peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Good afternoon, AFP.
法新社，中国副总理何立峰及美国财长贝森特 拟在巴黎会晤将会在本周末举行经贸谈判，他们会讨论一些什么内容？中方对此有何期待？
中方
China has released information on the sixth round of China-US economic and trade consultation, which you may refer to. I'd refer you to competent authorities for anything specific.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。北京青年报记者提问：关于伊朗，2月28日以来。
Since February 28th, the United States and Israel launched military attacks on Iran. It is reported that the Shajari Tayyaba Girls' School is attacked, leading to over 160 girls losing their lives in this airstrike. Is China going to provide humanitarian assistance? China condemns all indiscriminate attack on the civilians and non-military targets. Attacking the schools and harming children seriously violate international humanitarian law and even cross the baseline in the humanity and the human conscience. Our hearts go out to the victims and those who have lost their loved ones in this attack. And the Red Cross Society of China has decided to provide $200,000 of emergent humanitarian assistance to Iranian Red Crescent for comforting and compensating these bereaved families. China would continue to provide assistance needed in the spirit of humanity to support the Iranian people in overcoming difficulties. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。新华社记者提问：据报道，美国政府
Media reports citing sources connected to the U.S. government say the U.S. side hopes that China will release Jimmy Lai on humanitarian grounds. In return, the U.S. is willing to consider easing some of its Hong Kong-related sanctions on China. What's your comment on this? Jimmy Lai is the principal mastermind and perpetrator behind a series of riots that shook Hong Kong. His moves seriously breached the principles and bottom line of one country, two systems, endanger national security, and hurt Hong Kong's prosperity and stability and Hong Kong residents' well-being. There's every reason to bring him to justice. Hong Kong upholds the rule of law. No one should harbor the illusion of engaging in unlawful and criminal activities there with impunity. The central government firmly supports the Hong Kong SAR in punishing criminal activities that endanger national security in accordance with the law and firmly rejects external forces' interference in Hong Kong's judicial affairs and China's internal affairs. China has rejected from the very beginning the illicit unilateral sanctions imposed by the U.S. on officials representing the central government in Hong Kong and officials of the Hong Kong SAR government. Our position remains consistent and clear. Next one, please.
From الشرق again.
沙特东方电视台，沙特阿拉伯表示，其拦截的数架伊朗无人机超过70架无人机的目标是面向亚洲市场的沙伊巴油田。中方对此有何评论？ China is gravely concerned over the continuous tensions in the Middle East. China believes that all countries' sovereignty, security, and territorial integrity should be respected and brook no infringement, and condemns any non-discriminatory attacks against civilians and non-military targets. All parties should immediately stop the military operations, return to dialogue and negotiation as soon as possible, avoid the ongoing escalation of the situation, prevent the conflict from spreading and spilling over. Next one, please.
This is a question from Reuters.
路透社、彭博社昨天报道，印度已经请求中国政府发放尿素出口配额，以弥补因霍尔木兹海峡关闭而导致的供应损失。 鉴于中印双方的外交关系改善，外交部是否已经通过了这一请求？
这个问题建议你向
I'd refer you to competent authorities.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Kyoto News. It was reported that the Trump administration announced on March 12th a new investigation concerning forced labor on countries including China. What's China's comment?
中方在
China's position on handling China-US economic and trade issues is consistent and clear. We oppose all forms of unilateral tariff measures. Tariff wars and trade wars are not in the interest of any party. Both sides should resolve relevant problems on the foundation of equality, respect, and reciprocity. The so-called forced labor accusation is completely a lie fabricated by the U.S. China opposes political manipulation using this pretext.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Thanks, Bloomberg.
彭博社。
The U.S., Japan, and the European Union have said
美日欧盟
we think in the coming weeks
将会在未来几周内宣布计划，为达成关键矿产贸易协议奠定基础。中方早些时候称可能会采取报复性措施，
for this things.
外交部对此有何评论？ To uphold an open and inclusive international trade environment beneficial to all serves the common interests of all countries. All parties have the responsibility to play a constructive role in keeping global industrial supply chains on critical minerals stable and secure. Meanwhile, we oppose countries using rules of small groupings to undermine international economic and trade order. Next one, please.
Any more question?
好，
This is the end of today's regular press conference. Thank you.